Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome along to Daytona Sandown Park. We're here for the first race of the final round of the inaugural Elite Karting Series season. This time we're on the alternate forward layout of this circuit as opposed to round 6 where we ran the reverse layout of this same track. Both championships have been wrapped up and the weather is a little bit of a lottery at this stage. Let's head down to the grid to see how it lines up ahead of race 1. The Sandown Park race course surrounds this 900-metre race track in Esher, Surrey. Daytona Sandown Park, 8 turns here on the alternate forward layout. Really a fantastic track. Olly Smith is on pole position. Callum McGarvey alongside him on row 1, just the 4 tenths in it in qualifying. Andrew McWilliam and Jack Whitehouse make up row 2. Matthew Bolton, he in the lightweights, qualified in 5th alongside Henry Barrington, a career best in 6th position. He makes up the rest of row 3. Adam Thompson and Jacob Ekuel are row 4. Simon Fuller and Jamie Handyside make up row 5 with Joe Greenhalgh and Henry Walter on row 6. Tyler Tom and Frederick Navarro, 2 drivers not getting their qualifying laps completely right. They start on the final row, making up progress in this race, I'm sure. Getting ready to go for the first race of the final round of the season here in the Elite Karting Series. I'm very excited for this one, eagerly anticipating our final trip to Sandown Park in the calendar year of 2023. Rounding that final corner right now then, getting ready to go. It looks like it's going to be a very keen run down into turn 1 between Olly and Callum McGarvey. Here we go. Late hold on the grid, and we do have the green flag, and it's a good start for Callum McGarvey. It goes around the outside. Olly getting into the lead into turn 1. Andrew McWilliam on the outside though of Callum McGarvey. He's trying to get himself up into that 2nd position, but he's not quite able to find a way through. Andrew back in the background, makes a little bit of contact with Callum as Callum goes down the inside, and Olly Smith can't quite find a way through. Olly holding that inside line, trying to get the launch as he goes down into turn 4, has the inside and is able to get it. There's a little bit of a barge in the background. I think that was Henry Barrington trying to get himself past Andrew McWilliam. Matthew Bolton here trying to hold off Jack Whitehouse on his first time here at Sandown Park. Olly Smith though has the lead after just about half a lap, but for how long, Luke?
That's a really good start from him. That looked really clean. This is Callum McGarvey here. Callum McGarvey's up the inside, so that was a surprise move then by Callum. He's up into the lead of the race on Olly Smith. Simon Fuller, meanwhile, he's side by side. I believe that is Jacob Ekuel on his left-hand side, now going down into the final corner. Is Simon going to pull this move off? Battling out for around about 8th place at the moment. I think Simon's got past. Also looks like Jamie Handyside. Looks like he's got past Jacob Ekuel too. As Jamie's now gone in deep. Jacob getting the cutback on Jamie Handyside. Going through turn 1, now turn 2. Jamie's on the inside. We were on board with Adam Thompson, who's behind the 2 of these here, and I think Jacob has got a slightly better exit there. So Jacob Ekuel now back up into 8th position as we've got Matthew Bolton now looking up the inside of Henry Barrington. Meanwhile, we've got Jack Whitehouse looking up the inside of Matthew Bolton. These guys are battling out for 4th position. We've got Jack still on the inside of Matthew as they head into Val. I think Matthew's just about going to hold on to P5 there. So Jack Whitehouse in 6th.
Yeah, good defence from Matthew Bolton. I thought maybe he wanted that position on Henry Barrington. He might yet try it as he go down into turn 6 once again. Tries to get that switchback, crosses over the lines and around the outside. Can't quite squeeze his way through. Jack Whitehouse getting all out of sorts as well as we go down into turn 7 as Bolton gets a good exit here. Looks to the inside, looks to the outside instead. Andrew McWilliam in that battle. The top 3 all separated by just a couple of tenths of a second, and Andrew will be looking to try and get himself into that 2nd spot very, very shortly. Olly Smith trying to get himself up into the lead, of course, as there goes Callum a little bit deep. That allows Olly Smith to get alongside, and he will get alongside here as we go down into turn 4 on the outside. Gets the braking performance, looks for the switchback, but Callum has it covered. Once again, that gives Andrew a run as well out of turn 4. Callum going a little bit wide. Andrew trying to follow through, looking for that move on Olly Smith, maybe to the inside now, not quite able to do so, almost expecting him to hit the brakes there, but Andrew stays alongside and to the inside he goes into turn 6, squeezes through. Has he gone deep though? Looks like he might have just done. Olly Smith back on that outside line. Andrew might just edge him out here. Olly down into turn 8, gets the brakes on, but Andrew McWilliam holds it around the outside. Really, really good work
What a move that was by Andrew into this turn 6 there. Superb stuff. Matthew Boulton, meanwhile, he got past Henry Barrington going into turn number 3 on the previous lap. Saw it up in the top right hand corner. So Matthew now, he's up into 4th. Henry now battling out with Jack Whitehouse for 5th place. Meanwhile, we've got Joe Greenhouse, our photographer. He's up the inside of his girlfriend's cousin, Tyler Tom. These two, they are sort of related, and I think Joe has managed to pull the move off there. So Joe Greenhouse now up into 11th place on Tyler Tom.
Well, interesting love triangle going on in the EKS, clearly with 6.5 minutes to go. There we go, 6.5 minutes to go in this race 1. Andrew McWilliam trying to get himself ahead of Olly Smith. Sorry, he gets himself ahead of Olly Smith. Olly Smith trying to get himself back ahead of Andrew McWilliam. You can see the rest of the field streaming through there. We got on board with Frederick Navarre, is trying to invite himself to this battle in 13th position at the moment. We'll try and get that spot ahead of Tyler Thomas. Here we go into that final corner. Tyler is, again, maybe a little bit out of sorts. Frederick getting that better run through the corner, but Tyler with the better exit. Olly Smith has fallen back now from Andrew McWilliam, though Andrew goes slightly deep into that turn 3, gives Ollie a bit of a run, closes up ever so slightly, but not quite able to find a way through. Can he get a move here? No, Andrew again on that outside line, just a little bit better through the corner. Callum McGarvey a little bit better of all of them. His lap times at the moment seeming to be pretty impressive as we approach the halfway stage here in our first race of the day. Ollie now looks to the inside line. I don't think he's going to go for that move, but I don't think he's going to be against it either.
No, Ollie, he is close, but I don't think he has gone from the move at this moment in time on Andrew. Like you say about the lap times, Callum McGarvey and Andrew McWilliam, they've both set very low 53-second lap times, and Ollie has also just done it at 53.3, so all three of them are flying at the moment. For comparison, the next fastest lap set by anyone is Matthew Boulton with a 54.2. So these three out front here are over a second a lap quicker than every other driver on circuit. Really impressive stuff by these top three.
And two of them have been in the championship battle all season. Olly Smith going down the inside, just about able to get ahead of Andrew McWilliam, but Andrew gets an exit, not an exit that's good enough though. Olly Smith getting himself back up into second position. A fine move made down into turn 4. Now he looks to set off after Callum McGarvey into the last couple of laps of this race. We've still got quite a few laps to go. He's going to go defensive here ahead of Andrew McWilliam and almost loses the brakes. He goes a little bit deep. Andrew McWilliam goes deep as well, as it, I think, is raining ever so slightly, a little bit heavier than it was before. Henry Barrington finding that out as he careers into the wall on driver's left. That's going to allow Jack Whitehouse to slide on through. Henry trying to get back at him though on the inside line himself is going to get himself ahead, and Jack Whitehouse not particularly pleased with that. He tries to counter-attack here around the outside. Henry Barrington on that inside, and it looks like Jack Whitehouse spins round, and well, that was very, very difficult.
Yeah, a bit of a racing incident there from what I saw. I think Jack kind of turned into the final corner before Henry did, so these two of them just sort of crossed paths. Henry has actually received a bumping warning for that, and as a result will get a 1 point deduction at the end of this race. So yeah, Henry Barrington now in 5th with Jack Whitehouse in P7.
As here we go once again, hitting almost 60 mile an hour, maybe not in these conditions as you go down into the braking zone, heading into turn 6, and Olly Smith just about able to hold on to that spot ahead of Andrew McWilliam, though Andrew is all over the bumper of that number 130 kart. I think Callum McGarvey being there is stopping Andrew really making this move properly as we head into what should be the final 3 laps or so of this race. Callum's presence just stopping this battle really for me, because they know they don't want to lose touch with that leader, of course, if there is any chance of them getting back up and closed to him. Callum goes a little bit deep, maybe Ollie goes even deeper as we go down into turn 3, but Andrew again not quite able to capitalise. The problem is the weather changing very, very quickly. We're getting sprinkles, we're getting showers and things like that, and it's just meaning that the lines aren't quite stagnant here. You're having to change and adapt ever so slightly, and obviously some of the drivers getting it slightly wrong into the braking zones, and as you can see, Olly Smith gaining a few tenths on Andrew this lap.
Yeah, and those lap times, like you say, they have gone up through the roof. So they were doing 53-second lap times. The leaders are now doing 56s, with most of the others in the 57s at the moment. So the rain certainly has intensified. Hence why we've seen a few mistakes being made in the last couple of minutes. Now back on board with Jack Whitehouse. He is making a bit of a recovery here after tripping over Henry Barrington this time at last lap, just at this point on the circuit. So Jack now in at 7th place. This is Jack's first ever time here at Sandown Park, and I believe only his second ever time driving in the wet. So Jack is doing a fantastic job here in 7th place, adapting to the track and to the conditions. He's not that used to two-stroke karts, but this year's his first year driving in two strokes. So Jack Whitehouse did a really good job here, and he's using the cam box as well, the in-helmet camera. Meanwhile, we've got the leaders in front of us here. We've got Olly Smith. He's caught right up to the back of Callum McGarvey on this lap, and he is now challenging for the lead of this race as they shoot past the static camera on board with Andrew McWilliam. You can see Olly's on board up in the top right-hand corner, and these three, they are still all together in a brilliant battle here for the lead.
As Andrew gets the kart poised down into that final corner, we've got a battle, and this is involving Jacob McWilliam and Henry Barrington. Jack Whitehouse watching it all unfold. There goes Jacob down the inside, but Henry's got him covered as we go into turn 8. Jack is trying to make the most of this battle, see if he can get himself up a spot. Obviously Henry carrying that 1 point deduction won't mean a great deal, still driving fantastically into 5th spot. As here goes Jack down the inside, able to get the dive and get the position ahead of Jacob McWilliam. So that, again, a really tidy move from Jack Whitehouse. Olly Smith knows that he's in the last chance to get himself ahead of Callum McGarvey on what should be the penultimate lap of the race, and he's caught up big time as here we go into turn 6. Olly Smith alongside Callum McGarvey, down the inside he goes. Callum almost has it covered. Andrew McWilliam getting involved. Olly into the lead, Callum back down the inside, down into turn 7. Now finally on the brakes for turn 8. Olly Smith on the inside. Looks like he's just about got that spot. It's a short run down then into turn 1, onto the final lap of the race. Andrew just behind Callum McGarvey. Callum settling for second, but not for long, as here he goes down the inside, getting himself up into the spot and back into the lead, down into turn 2. Olly Smith back on the outside line, looking around the outside into turn 3, goes a little bit deep. That allows Andrew McWilliam to have a look now on second position as Callum McGarvey sails on into the distance. Looks like he is going to hold on to the lead, but for how long, as we go down into Vale for the final time in this first race. Callum gets a couple of kart lengths on Olly Smith. I think Olly here, as he gets the exit, is going to try and go down the inside once again. Callum shows him to the outside, so it's going to have to be late on the brakes for Olly Smith. Andrew McWilliam not totally out of the equation just yet. Oh dear, Olly on the inside can't quite get the space. Callum McGarvey has him covered. Olly Smith now defending from Andrew McWilliam, gets that second spot and secures it. Callum McGarvey into a sensational checkered flag and a debut victory as well. What a drive from him as Henry Barrington and Jack Whitehouse battle to the end, Luke, but it looks like Jack is forced out a little bit.
Yeah, fantastic ending between those top three, and fantastic finish as well for Henry Barrington, finishing in a best ever result of 5th place in that race. So great stuff from Henry, with Jack Whitehouse right behind in 6th. Shout out as well to Jacob McWilliam. That was his first ever time at Sandown Park. He's also quite new to two-stroke karts, so that's a great drive there by Jacob McWilliam to come home in P7.
Callum McGarvey takes victory then in a very tight contest in the lightweights. 0.2 of a second to 3rd place championship finisher Olly Smith in 2nd. Andrew McWilliam rounds out the rest of the top 3. These guys in a league of their own, 8 seconds ahead of Matthew Boulton in 4th. Henry Barrington is up in 5th despite his 1 point deduction. Jack Whitehouse finishes in 6th. Jacob McWilliam just behind Jamie Handyside in 8th. Simon Fuller wins in the heavyweights ahead of Adam Thompson. Those two didn't quite have a scrap on the field. However, they are going to be very close together as we head into the next couple of races this evening. Joe Greenhalgh is in 11th, Frederick Navarro in 12th, Henry Walter and Tyler Tom, the rest of your finishing order. So we're here with Callum McGarvey, a debut victory. Absolutely fantastic, Callum. One of your first times in a DMAX as well, if I'm correct. Taking the victory on that final lap, just how was it?
Yeah, first time in DMAX. Started in 2nd, managed to get up to 1st pretty early, and then was just trying to build a gap. Didn't manage to build the gap, but got overtaken on the last lap, but managed to get it back. And yeah, good first win.
And obviously first time in a DMAX, how did you find these cars? Because they're pretty insane.
Yeah, a lot quicker than I'm used to. So just having to judge my braking points quite a bit earlier than I'm used to. But once I got used to it, pretty good.
Well, pretty impressive first drive as well to stay ahead of 3rd place championship runner and Andrew McWilliam in the champion as well. So well done, Callum.
Thank you very much.
So we're here with Henry Barrington. Henry, best ever result in the championship. You were quite busy, couldn't quite hold off Matthew Boulton, but you could hold off the driver behind you in the end. That was a pretty fun race.
Yeah, we found some unexplained pace, really. Felt like I could have stayed with Matthew, but a few mistakes, so We'll try again next time.
And into the next couple of races as well, I bet you're looking for an overall round podium.
Maybe, but I wouldn't be upset with a top 5.
Well, Henry, I know they're after you at the pit lane. Just short and sweet. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll hopefully speak to you later.
Thank you.